I look outside and I see dead drop Doris running another operation, using children as patsies, who goes over to her yard, digs in her yard, pulls out a little egg-like contraption, walks it to the adult who is standing further down the street, and they walk off. Now, I'm paying attention to not only the child, but the adult who receives the package. Okay? Also, dead drop Doris loves to write messages in chalk, large letters, to whomever passes her driveway. And it's kind of odd because most adults don't write large messages on their driveways ever. Children do that, but she does it. Okay, that's dead drop Doris. So then, within, I would say, an hour, I look outside again, but this time, in the front of my house, I see the adult who received the package standing directly in front of my house, in front of my sidewalk. Very odd location for anyone to stand, because my husband's car is parked in front of the house, a couple of feet from where she's standing. No one that's known to be personal property space. No one stands there. You either park there or you stand at the corner, but not a few feet from a resident's car. So I go outside and I scream, "Hey, hey!" Like, what the fuck you doing? Excuse the expression. I don't mean like that, but hey, hey! And there's a large branch there to pick up that had fallen from the tree. So I pick up, as I'm picking up the branch, I said, "Yeah, I'm picking up the branch. What's up?" And she said, "Oh, I'm just standing here waiting on the bus." Now, number one lie, you do not stand. I'm on a corner, so you stand on the corner. You don't stand away from the corner, down about 15 feet in front of my sidewalk to wait on a bus that is going to drop your children off at the corner. We've been here 10 years. The bus drops children off at the corner. Adults know to stand at the corner to wait on the bus, not almost in my on my sidewalk, because my sidewalk is not near the corner. Okay, and then she asked me about my sidewalk. Strange question. Here we go. Is your sidewalk old, or was it here when you moved in? I'm going to say that again. Is your sidewalk old, or was it here when you moved in? Think of all the implications that are trying to be deduced from that question. Is my sidewalk old, or was it here when I moved in? Okay? We'll come to that later. And so I ask her, where do you live? She tells me she moved here in January, 4 houses down on the opposite side of the street. Okay. I knew to ask specific questions to deduce exactly when she moved in. So I asked those questions. And she's new. She's new since January. Remember, COVID started in January in the States. So let's come back to her question. She moved on this block in January, asking me the question if my sidewalk is new or was it here when I moved in. But never asked me how long I've been here. Interesting. She never asked me how long I've lived at this place. I was much aware of that when she was asking the question. Because the first question would have been to ask me, well, how long have you been living at your home? Then it would be appropriate to ask, was the sidewalk here? And even that's too much information, but was the sidewalk here when you moved in? Or is it older? You see, these morons, they're not too smart. They're not too smart. They always tell off who they are. Every time they open their mouths, they tell you who they are. Amateurs. They're amateurs. She's standing in front of my sidewalk, which means, and then she's inquiring about it, trying to get some information about it. And she tries to play it off like, oh, that's what we want to do to our sidewalk. You don't want to do this to your sidewalk. I know your house, your sidewalk's fine. Remember, this is the chick that participated in Dead Drop Doris's operation. Just moved in this neighborhood in January. Already making it all the way over to Dead Drop Doris's home. Picking stuff out of her yard. Picking stuff out of Dead Drop Doris's yard. Using children as patsies. And then have the nerve to stand in front of my house, of all houses, instead of the corner where the bus should be dropping off your child. And then to ask me, how long? No, not how long, but if the sidewalk was there when I moved in. Which she's trying to find out because they infiltrated my home before I moved in. I bought the house in March. It stayed empty until August, but I found out that they had infiltrated the home. So she's trying to figure out when the devices were planted. Are they devices that are pretty easy to extract? Or were they planted by a different set of contractors that they have to follow up on to know exactly where to put? They may not be so easy to find. This is what I'm thinking. This is why she needs to know exactly when that sidewalk was put in. That's it. But she didn't ask me how long I've been here at this house. So she's needing to know, who planted the APs in the sidewalk? Because the APs are in the sidewalk. They hit my mailbox too. So I know about all that. So she's trying to figure out when those APs were planted. To kind of get an idea who put them there. And where they might be able to extract them from. In the yard. This is what she's trying to come up with. I tell you, they dealing with these some amateurs. True amateurs. I'll be. I wanted to tell her, but I didn't tell her. But it's unfortunate. The guy that lived in that house died in that house that you living in now. But I ain't say nothing. I said, no, I don't say nothing. They found him dead in the house. That's it. Oh, did he die of natural causes? I don't know. He was an older guy. They say he died of natural causes. He had an illness. So I'm not saying any foul play went on there. I am definitely not saying that. So because that's just out of my scope. I have no idea. But I was nice. And I didn't say it. I said, if she's a perp, she knows what happened to the guy. And if she's not a perp, but I know she is a perp, but she said, oh well. Ain't my job to put out too much information about what's going on. That guy ain't never done nothing to me. So let his rest in peace. It will not be the topic with her. Okay, that's it. Thank you.